A conflict of interest occurs when individuals' obligation to further the organization's charitable purposes is at odds with their own financial interests. For example, the board votes to rent a facility to host meetings from a board member who owns the building. The conflict of interest policy establishes procedures that will offer protection against charges of impropriety involving the board of directors. In a nutshell, the conflict of interest policy is written to assure the community that your nonprofit organization is established for the goodwill of the community instead of for the benefit of the people who operate the nonprofit, namely the board of directors. You see, the board of directors is charged with governing the nonprofit organization according to the application that was submitted to earn 501c3 status. That's their job, to make sure you are operating the reading program for children if that is what you promised to do. The board of directors also makes sure that the financial transactions that are generated through the nonprofit organization legitimately support the mission of the organization. What happens is when board members take advantage of their positions and they start to do things that are in conflict with what the organization stands for, they start to use the nonprofit organization for their own financial gain, whether it be in this example, renting a space for the nonprofit that they own, therefore they will earn the money from the rental fees, or hiring people who they know are not qualified for certain positions because they are a relative or a friend, or either getting money under the table to have unfair influence when board decisions are made. So the conflict of interest policy protects the board from charges of impropriety. Every board member and every team member should have a copy of the conflict of interest so that they will know how to avoid putting themselves in a position to make it seem as if they are violating the conflict of interest. The IRS has a sample conflict of interest policy on irs.gov that you can download and modify for your nonprofit organization and use it as the document that's required to be included in your application packet. Because the conflict of interest policy is one of the documents that's required to be included in your Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption. Again, the conflict of interest policy is very, very important because it lets the community know that you are operating your nonprofit organization according to the guidelines that you established to earn 501c3 status. So this is step 11 of 20 steps to starting a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Again, I'm Susan Woods of Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. I started a 501c3 nonprofit organization in 2006. I offered two programs underneath my organization over a 10-year period. Although I don't offer any programs right now, I still have my 501c3 status because I file my Form 990N e-postcard every year indicating that I didn't generate any revenues, but I would like to keep my status just in case I decide to offer programs again in the future. I've earned 3 nonprofit management certificates, one from Duke University, one from Wake Forest University, and one from Winthrop University. I'm also a 3-time graduate of Winthrop University. I earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, a Master of Arts in Teaching Business Education, and a Master of Business Administration degree. I teach in-person nonprofit classes, and I also offer online nonprofit classes. I complete the Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption for clients across the country. So as you go through these tutorials, if you decide that you just do not want to go through the process of completing the application packet yourself, please visit my website at www.trustsusanwoods.com. Click on the reserve consultation link, and let's talk about your 501c3 vision and the programs you would like to offer. Thank you again for participating in the Starting Nonprofits tutorial. I really appreciate your time. In this tutorial, we focused on step 7, which is writing the bylaws. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free again to visit my website at www.trustsusanwoods.com or send me a text message at 704-968-2769. Finally, once again, if you just want me to do all the work for you, I'm happy to do it. Just go to my website, click on the reserve consultation link, and let's get started. I'm Susan Woods of Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. Thank you for your time.